The 2018 legislative session offers a critical opportunity for bail reform in the first state. Bail reform in Delaware requires a three-part legislative package, including House Bill 204, which has already been passed, a constitutional amendment, and supporting legislation. The recent passage of House Bill 204 provided the foundation by mandating an empirically developed assessment tool, requiring prompt review for incarcerated defendants, and strengthening pretrial services. However, the system of money bail is still part of our state constitution. A constitutional amendment has now been introduced in the Delaware General Assembly, expanding the list of offenses for which judges may detain a defendant without bail. Bail reform cannot be fully implemented without enacting this critically important legislation, which has been endorsed by a broad range of law enforcement and criminal justice agencies in Delaware. We know that unnecessary detention is correlated with increased recidivism and can have economic implications. Cash bail has created debtors' prisons in Delaware. Delaware prisons are among the most crowded in the nation, and one reason is the detention of low-risk defendants who can't afford to pay even small amounts of bail. On average, Black and Latino detainees spend more than a week longer in jail than whites when they cannot make bail. But there are solutions and steps we can take now to change this system. Jurisdictions around the country are undertaking reform to create a more equitable system. The proposed bail reform legislation mandates that judges use the least restrictive means necessary to reasonably assure public safety and successful pretrial release. Bail will only be used as a last resort before pretrial detention. This means that more people will be released under the supervision of pretrial services and allowed to return to their families and to work, rather than sitting in jail for low-level, nonviolent offenses. A relatively small percentage of defendants will be eligible for pretrial detention, and for the first time, defendants will be represented by defense counsel prior to extended incarceration. Based on the judge's discretion, only violent and egregious offenders will be detained. The Delaware bail reform legislation ensures due process while taking steps to truly protect public safety. Now is the time for Delaware to create a more equitable, fair, and just pretrial system. However, achieving pretrial justice will require ongoing advocacy by citizens demanding action from their elected representatives.